Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dakr City. So in this episode, guys, we are going to be building up a aviation fuel storage area and a couple little buildings around that. Of course, aviation fuel, incredibly important for an airport. So it's one of those buildings that you probably don't think about, but obviously really, really important. So I'm actually putting in a one-way system with this, so you can see the arrow that I've actually got on the floor there. We're going to have a little bit of parking on this side right next to the road, the kind of main wall that we've got there. I'm just putting in a small administration kind of little building here, so this will have some toilets in there and a couple sitting areas for when you are on your lunch break, because of course we've got to think about all of those different things, where are they going to go. So just building on a couple little tanks. I was just playing around with designs here and having a look online at these different tanks. I wanted to get some different sizes as well, so these ones are actually the same. They've got a little bit of a bridge together. You can also got ladders going up, and then on this bit right here in the middle of the road, and we're actually splitting out the road a little bit here, is where the aviation fuel trucks come in, and they can actually dump their fuel here. So they'll come, have all the fuel from the refineries, take it all the way over to this point here, and then that will make its way into these tanks. Could also happen, of course, the other way around, if those aviation fuel tankers, the actual lorries themselves, are actually taking it directly to the planes. So we might have a bit of that in this airport as well, just to variate it, but you can see the road going in there. Now over onto the side of this one, I wanted a larger area, so I went with this really massive area here with lots of different tanks, and then connecting these together. So we're going to be connecting these together. I really like the look of these bridges that go across them and making them look, nice and industrial. We've got some nice red as well in those signs, so just giving it a bit of variation, because otherwise everything is very grey and white and then black. So you just end up with everything being a bit grayscale, especially as we get the kind of concretey gravel mix down the bottom. So yeah, adding in those signs really did add some extra colour in, which was really needed. You can see me putting in the gravel there, and then building this really big tank. So I wanted a really large tank, and I've got a couple smaller ones as well. And you can also see a couple of tankers in the background there. So I've actually got a smaller one and a larger one. Now, what I want to do with Dakr City is similar to medieval kind of builds, is do stuff on angles. This is kind of a bit challenging in modern. You don't see it loads, only on a few servers. But I wanted to do that, and I also wanted to do some angled parking spaces, which later down the line I definitely regretted when I was trying to fit in and, create trucks. What I would recommend, guys, if you're going to be doing angled trucks, is to actually build them straight first, and then use that and then angle them, though you're going to have to manually angle them because of the way that angles work in Minecraft. But you can see this nice open area here. We've got a little bit of a shed there that could just be like a maintenance shed, so they can maintain these vehicles. And you can see one of the smaller trucks in there. You'll see the large one as well at an angle later on. So building up this fence, of course, because it's aviation fuel, we need to have a large wall type of fence with some barbed wire on top. Now, because this opened up this really nice large area, and because it's right next to the Dakr cargo kind of terminal 1 that we built in an earlier episode, I thought this would just be a perfect spot for some parking of those trucks. Now, because it was looking so grey, guys, and this is something that you should totally do, I wanted to put in some bushes. I decided not to go with some trees on this, but I did want to put in some bushes, and you can now see the final effect. We've put some of those trucks in those parking spots. We've got all of these angled trucks as well, from the small ones to the large ones, again using the kind of people trick that I saw from Crafty Fox MC. I absolutely love that. But I'm really happy with how this area's turned out. It's actually looking pretty good. Definitely a good test bed for doing angles as well. Really good bit of fun there. But yeah, guys, we've now finished this up. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next one.